Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Chrissy Sawyer here. So I thought I'd just pull some messages out for October, which is just around the corner. And it's looking very much like we're still in this in-between worlds transition. And there's kind of a sorting, like a bifurcation happening. And so in there will be choices, and behind the choices will be the motivation to make the choice, which might be asking questions about confidence, fear, joyfulness and play, or lack, poverty. Motivation is just motivation, detached from the right or wrong. It's all choice, and without the opposites of polarity, how can we make a choice? Okay, so I've pulled a few cards, and right in the middle, I've pulled a couple of cards from the White Light Oracle. And I'm going to read the passage from the book. And there's also a little piece of work which I skimmed through, which I've tried, and it works a charm. So I'm going to share that with you. So this is talking about give yourself enough rest, because there's tons of change happening. In October, Pluto will go direct, I believe. I haven't studied any of the other astrology, but I've had my eye on Pluto. And so there's another question of, what's my relationship with change? So give yourself enough rest. Only then will you be able to ground yourself enough to cultivate focus and motivation to fulfill your path. You will find a way through any tricky situation as you tune into your instincts and trust your own timing. From times of change and uncertainty comes confidence, love, and resilience. Embrace transition, commit to your tasks and stay focused, but be flexible in your approach. You have the skill to intuitively handle any issue. And here's the fun process. Give yourself an invigorating body rub. So a really good grounding process is to come into the presence of touch. And because there's so much light hitting the planet, we can be up here a little bit, and to bring us back into the earthliness of our body, touch is a really, really great process to bring us back to self. So perhaps start at the scalp by rubbing your head in a way that alleviates tension, but is also slightly stimulating. You may like to put slight pressure on the top of your head, the base of your skull where it meets the neck, and also behind the ears down to the jaw. So I've noticed all week my jaw has been clicking from the left to the right. So I've been doing jaw work. Then rub your shoulders, especially where neck and shoulders meet. You may then like to make fists and lightly pummel or briskly rub the lower back, so the sacroiliacs. That's where there's a lot of stuck energy, the base of the spine, to lift that kundalini up. If you wish, you can continue with this motion down the length of each leg and the soles of your feet. When you have completed this self-massage, take some slow, deep breaths and give yourself a chance to ground with gentle, playful movements. So you might move to child dancing, which is always great fun. Perhaps a few star jumps or even a quick jog on the spot, depending on what feels good. And there's some words here. I'll share these with you. And as you're doing that, say aloud, I have it within me to accomplish my soulful tasks with focus and effectiveness. I trust myself to find my way according to my own heart wisdom and with the strength of spirit that keeps me motivated to continue on my path while also meeting my needs for rest and replenishment. I can't stress this enough, the rest. I know I drone on about it ad nauseam, but there's so much room to really develop an intimate relationship with rest. And it's not about just getting the body still, it's about getting the mind still, the emotions still. Because when we come into that stillness, we can access 0 point. That's the pure potential. Yeah. Okay, so what I've done is I've pulled a from the 2 shaman decks. So I've pulled one as the message and one as clarifier to each card. So the little sets of messages. And the underlying energy is heart of the sky. So 24/6, we're talking about cosmic connections now. We're talking about accessing the void of potentiality, which is going to backtrack to choices, how you're making choices. And so the movement here is from karma to dharma. In karma, there's a certain kind of safety because it's a habitual response to the same thing, maybe calling it something different. In dharma, where you light your candle and you carry your lantern and you walk your path. But what if I get it wrong? There is no wrong. It's just the experience. And spirit of the river, coming in on that 50. Wow, that's higher mind. That's mind being pulled straight from the void. This is the collective unconscious, the unity. So we're accessing this unity consciousness. Okay, that makes sense. That's why this telepathy card has come out. I'll come to that in a moment. Movement towards adventure. Adventure as the advent. It's like the advent. It's like cresting the ridge. The advent. Sorry. Repeating the word doesn't make it clear. I know. It's, yeah, I'll come to that. That links into one of these cards. All right, let me put those back. Okay. And the underlying energy for the whole reading, I sense, is this message, which is the closing door. And so the choice of door is yours. And again, to go back to what I've been saying, I sense for the rest of this year, the end of this year, is going to be the choice point. Lots and lots of choice points. No quick movements, because we can't quite see what's coming. And so this stillness and this softness and moving one step at a time on the lighted path rather than the karmic path. Okay. So I'm going to pop that down there. Right. First 2 messages. We have the lower world and accessing secrets and dimensions of reality and potentiality. The comparison of the 2. The aligning into the one. All may be distinct and present. Lots of energy in these 2 cards. And you know what? Throughout all of these cards, I can see Uranus coming in. Well, Ophiuchus and Uranus coming in. That doesn't speak to astrology. Even astrology is... Yeah, I'm not going to speak to I'm not going to speak to that. So, yeah. So these two cards are speaking to Libra. It's the justice and the rebalancing. Scorpio, Ophiuchus and Sagittarius. That's deep. We're on the deep part of the wheel. And we have eclipse season coming up. And the winter coming in. And there's nothing really new here other than this is kind of the emptying of okay. Open the marmalade jar. So I'm being shown a cave, and right at the back of the cave, there's a bear that's been storing a marmalade jar. Storing it and keeping it and storing it and keeping it, just in case, just in case. It's time to open the marmalade jar and feast. Fearlessly, wantonly, joyfully. And so I guess this is speaking to the revelation of the hidden gifts, the revelation of the hidden connections. Okay. So, in short, soul work, shadow work. So these two cards are speaking to alignment, and this is the alignment with your galactic family, with the watchers and the helpers. And the wolf is speaking to focused devotional application to whatever your process is to strengthen these connections, if that's your choice. Okay. And again, we have rest and renewal. Empty well, time to replenish. I know there was another big shift over the last week following the revelation and unmarked trail. I'm in mine. It's fairly mahusive. And thank you. I caught myself today unable to say the word ego. It kept coming out as ego. The ego wants to understand and formulate and turn maybe inspiration into information. But this is so soft and gentle, this energy. It's just to sink into it. By all means, journal, draw, whatever, as an artful, creative process. But we're learning to be, 1221, it's that beautiful mirror. We're just learning to be in this mirroring energy. The in-between. We're learning to be in this in-between, to weave back and forth the bits that we're taking forward and the bits that we're leaving. It's a very gentle process. And it's happening. You don't have to really, I must do this. It isn't that kind of energy. It's kind of inner recognition. So your inner lower world will be serving you up all sorts of this or that. What was this? What was that? Who are you now? Might even be replaying the last 20 years of your life so you can see how far you've come. Okay. So what this is speaking to today is authority. Yeah. It's not waiting for a permission slip to be given the authority to be something in the world, to be given the authority to use your voice in a certain way, to express yourself in a certain way. It's engaging with that divine authority, the divine will. And birthing your light in a quite powerful and confident way. I wonder what that would look like for you. I wonder how that would sound for you. Authority, divine authority, doesn't speak of power over, it speaks of, I know where I'm at. Okay. And then, oh crikey. This is still that revelation, unmarked trail energy. This is Uranus energy, the lightning and the magician's sword. So it's learning to harness the truth of that blade and have confidence in what in your magic, however you understand magic. Have confidence in your telepathy, have confidence in your connection to galactic roots, confidence in your connection to non-material life, I want to say. And in there's a big movement. This is why I take your time. That's so mundane, really? Okay. So I was in a dress agency the other day talking about getting rid of some shoes and designer gear because I don't use it anymore. And there was this pull in me that doesn't want to. They're going. But I just noticed that's another little choice point of letting go of that material self-identifying label. It can be that small and that mundane to the, I'm getting a message for that. Do I give it? Can be that. Okay. So this is the mirror of authority. Do I bow to your authority that says, don't bring this in front of me? Don't take me deep because I can't go there. But if you're deep, you got to go deep. If that's your only way to express, like an empty well, do you sing that song or do you temper it? It's a fine balance, isn't it? Between reading the room to get the best out of the whole collective and really owning yourself in the face of what might not be welcoming. Again, without all of these contrasts, we can't create enough friction to burn down the old walls that are made of straw. We think they're really strong, but they're just made of straw. It's our chemical process to create change, shift, movement. Okay, that's wonderful. Closing door, yeah. And this basically speaks to this. This is about having confidence in your giftedness and really bringing it, if only to practice in yourself what it's like, what it's going to feel like. Yeah, do something terrifying. Start your own YouTube channel. Okay. So I'm not going to labor these points. They are it's like a narrowing, it's a refining of the point of change. So it's a, how can that be? It's a, what I'm being shown is it's a coming together. It's like a watershed moment. It's like a coming together, but it's also this bifurcation. It's the splitting. And in there will be the physical, mundane, emptying the wardrobe, moving away from people you spent years with, letting go of habits and old beliefs, and moving towards that which you can't quite identify just yet. But again, with using the tracking device of heart, intuition, gut, and trusting that. That's how we build confidence. Okay. Yeah. Final messages, please. I'll see how I feel as the week goes on, but this might be the only video for this week. I went through a huge shift at the weekend and triggered like a kind of body flu, so I'm a bit tired. I want to save all my energies from my work this week. And for rest, lots of rest. Okay, third eye activation. It's interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so third eye activation, actually speaking to this today, because it's talking about clear vision, and without our karmic history in the way, we can see more clearly the reality of the reality. I know. Yeah, that's lovely. Thank you. Learn to dance in the fumble. So I'm in the phase where I'm going to have to fumble for a while because the old narrative just isn't aligning with the message. Indeed, the cards are barely aligning with the energies that are coming through. And that might be my move out of cards to pure channeling. I don't know. I'll go with what the prompt is. But third eye activation, you know, if I put that on top of spirit wolf and telepathy. So I was walking through a meadow with a friend the other day. True story. And it was a glorious day. And this is the trusted friend who I can be my very weird self with. But I do ask the question of myself, because as we were walking through this meadow, my eye went to the left and there was a white wolf just sat there in the metaphysical. Now, had I been with a different person, would I have communicated that? I communicated it because it was safe and kind of normal. So again, these little choice points to tweak the dials. It's like a graphic equalizer. We're tweaking the dials to create the right harmonic. Thank you. It's all coming together now, look. And so today I've retuned my singing bowl. And I've done that with my family. So I've stopped calling them my guides now. They're my family. So that we can attune, help my body to recalibrate to the family vibration. And so you can do that using your singing bowl, and you connect, you state your clear intention, you play the bowl, and then you listen and you feel. And you keep playing the bowl until the resonance and the harmonic shift. You'll hear it and you'll feel it. Practice and keep practicing if you are that way inclined. So third eye activation. Yeah, that's speaking to the holy mountain as well. So it's connection with these higher vibrating transpersonal helpers. I know. Initiate yourself into scary movement. Initiate yourself into difference. And bring in your own blueprints in the balance of the light and the shadow. And again, we have revelation with this card. So I don't know what Uranus is doing. I think it's still it'll be in Taurus for a while yet. I don't know if it's direct or retro. I don't want to do astrology. Treasures uncovered, initiations. Yeah, thank you. It's just going to ramp. The revelation and the initiation is going to ramp for the rest of the year. And star being guides, answer the call, time to shine. Venusian Galactic Council. I don't know if a Venusian Galactic Council even exists. It doesn't matter. Again, this is a choice point. So this card very firmly is telling. Answer the call, but it's up to you. It's up to you. Choices and their consequences will always be with us in this material world. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah, beautiful. Anything else? Okay, I'm going to pull a couple of these. I have to go for a client in a moment. Wisdom oracles. I say that with emphasis because I've had the deck for years and I've just memorized the name of it. Wisdom oracle. Thank you. Yeah, courage, 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 courage. What if it isn't for you? Can you let it go? What does that mean? Not for you, TikTok and blessed. What does that mean? Got it. Yeah, this is to do with karmic repetition. So what I really notice is the chessboard. And have we been moving the pieces for too long in the same way? Because if you look through the window at the back, there is a guide inviting. Yeah, it's speaking to releasing the fake fortunes. So I've got all the glitters is not gold coming in here. Releasing the material world. I'm going to harmony in the heart, the harmonic. The balancing of the grail is to create from love. That's how we balance the cup, the heart. I just get time is shattering. That's all I get with this. Time is shattering. It's the time to create in a new way. Look at these colors. It's very Venusian. Where's Venus? I don't care. Let go. blessed on that 22 master builder. It's the motivation, isn't it? It's speaking to the motivation of how we create, which speaks to, can you see your blessings? Or is your inner narrative in such a jumble that it's blinding you? Time. I want to clarify on this time card. Clarify time, please, for October. Clarify time. No more excuses is what I get. Got it. Got it. This is coming in on that initiatic 10 that wants to birth the light, and what it might want to birth is something you started 20 years ago, something you started when you were 5. And to do that, you've got to move away from what you've been doing forever. So this is moving away from karma. Oh, gosh, it's going to taunt mercilessly any limited lack thinking of, I can't, I tried it once before, you know, that victim martyr ology. So things coming back to life. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Okay. That's beautiful. Is there anything else I need to bring? I'm going to wrap this up with a cheeky abundance card. Closing message, please. Thank you. Right. Okay. List 5 things you can come into gratitude with. List 5 things you can come into gratitude with. Outrageous openness to create that thing you may have hidden at the bottom of the well, to open the marmalade. That's what I'm going to call this, opening the marmalade. Bear with me, because I'll forget it in a minute. Okay. And to have the outrageous openness to get to work. Don't rush into the doing. This is formulation on that 10. It's birthing the light. Got to get used to it before we can bring it into form. Got to get used to the energy of it. So this talks about releasing attachments. Talks about the surprise and delight of the path opening up. Being open to receive. And that's coming with loss. And this is the letting go of what we are attached to that no longer serves us. Designer shoes. Okay, because it's birthing a new identity, and the things that we have tend to identify us, or we self-identify with the things we have. And this is all coming down. Yeah, this talks about divine plan rather than the ego's plan. Open the marmalade. Open the marmalade. That's it. I'm going to love you and leave you for now. I will see you when I do. Thank you for being here. And thank you for all your comments. I love your comments and your likes, shares, and subscribes. We're growing. Take great care. Lots of love. See you soon. Bye.